quickly relay to you once they have that result locked in there who Mark Anthony McGowan will be facing. But up next, 133, and you see again 2 qualifiers. So the winners of these 2 matchups are definitely going to Philadelphia. Anybody else that wants to get in will have to go in by the way of at-large. And for Danny Jones, he has an opportunity to make a statement if he can get an upset against Tyler Ferrara. Ferrara seeing his first action of the day, 31st ranked in the most recent coaches poll, a freshman who's won about 2/3 of his matches so far, wearing a big red singlet. It's a very interesting matchup that we have here.
Yeah, it was a really close match the first go-around. I'm really looking forward to this one for a spot at a national championship berth, right? There's a lot on the line here. And both of these guys know how close this match was the first time around, and you better believe that they're trying to fix whatever went right or went wrong and, continue to build off of that stuff and, coming into this match.
Yeah, Ferrara being able to win some really close matches is the reason why he's the 1 seed. It was a 5-1 decision against Jones back on February 8th. Then the following day, he defeated Penn's Ryan Miller 2-1. Miller is the 2 seed in the bracket. He's going up against Brown's Hunter Adrian. But Danny Jones coming off a second period pin against Logan Brzezowski. And obviously that's got to give you a bit of momentum. But again, it was about an hour break between matches. So while you have that rush of adrenaline and dopamine, you kind of have to now get yourself back geared up, take a little bit of a breather, get back in it, as Jones able to avoid a takedown, nearly a grab of the right ankle for Ferrara. And Jones, he's trying to get locked back in here.
Yeah, nice shot there from Ferrara. Obviously, good job by Jones to kick out and face up and square up before giving up a takedown. Sort of back and forth between both guys here, but no one able to capitalize on a score quite yet.
So the other 125 final was Max Gallagher taking down Diego Sotelo by major decision, 13-4. So Gallagher and McGowan will be the 125 final that we'll have tonight at 6:30. And so obviously a long turnaround for those wrestlers to prepare for a chance to win a championship, but McGowan and Gallagher are both in. And then Sotelo will face Marcello Milani. Those two, along with Ba and Bruner, will battle out for 3rd place to get that bid locked in to Philly. Here, though, still no score, approaching the final half minute of period number 1 between Jones and Ferrara.
This is going to be an important 30 seconds here. You're going to see a lot of action out of these 2 guys. Someone's going to want to go up 3-0 into the second period, and I think you're going to see some flurries here late in this first period.
Jones, a nationally ranked recruit, according to Flow Wrestling, as a stall warning assessed to Jones in short time in this first period. The win by Jones against Brzezowski moved him to 11-8 in his freshman campaign. And so with no score through 1, obviously the choices that happen here in these next 2 periods are critical. A deferral by Jones, and Ferrara will choose bottom.
Dan Jones is pretty good on top. I'm interested to see how he does here in the second period. This could be a huge separator. If he's able to get a minute of riding time, that could be huge.
Ferrara was trying to break the hold up high, gets to his feet, and will free himself from the waist. So Tyler Ferrara, the first point, riding time not a factor. Now let's see how the action resumes here. We've mentioned it a few times, the rematch dynamic and adjustments you may make. The pace was a little bit slower then. Is this something where you're looking to pick up the pace if you're these 2 wrestlers to try to help out, get the scoreboard in your favor?
I think someone's going to have to take a risk, and we'll see who's willing to do so. Both guys wrestling really well. You see Dan Jones in the lefty single. Nice job of defending by Ferrara. That was kind of the deepest shot you've seen Danny Jones get it on all match. He's got a stall call. He's got to worry about that as well. You see another shot for Ferrara. That's going to be 3. Really good job just finding a way to get that back ankle quickly and not able to scramble out of it as Danny Jones.
just a little bit quicker on the drive-through by Ferrara compared to the Jones shot. Big reason why Ferrara is nationally ranked in the top seed in this tournament for a Cornell team that, again, won the duels championship as Jones gets the escape to make it 4-1. But remember last year, nationally, Cornell finished second. Has been Penn State atop Division I wrestling for a lengthy amount of time by now, but for Cornell to have a second-place finish as a team is huge.
Yeah. I mean, what Cornell did, what they were able to accomplish last year is pretty incredible. And they're setting the bar and setting the precedent for what what Ivy League wrestling is. And teams like the rest of the teams in this tournament are trying to emulate that. So it's pretty impressive for an Ivy League team to be able to take second in the country as a team is hugely impressive.
Penn 7 ranked wrestlers, Princeton 5. In fact, the Tigers throughout the year in the media polls had 8 different wrestlers that were ranked, including in 2 different cases, 2 at a single weight class.
Yep.
Where Mikey Squires was leading the way early at 184. Cole Mulhauser comes in healthy. He takes over the ranked spot. Same situation at 125 between Ethan Rivera and Mark Anthony McGowan. And again, the standard of this Ivy League to get the bids they got this year. Talking to some of the coaches, they feel like it can only go up.
Yeah, no, it's impressive. And, the depth of a program is what makes a program, right? Because you never really know. You can't control injuries, things like that. But if you have, 30 guys that are ready to compete at any given time, that's the best case scenario.
Jones tried to get to his feet to get the escape. The riding time's at 34 seconds. So if Jones can get an escape and then get the takedown, he would have a potential 5-4 victory, but he's got to do that first thing and get free. So we're early in this third period on the restart. Jones to his feet. Ferrara getting heavy at the hips, gets the mat return. Jones again to his feet, trying to break free. Little hold of the leg and out of bounds. As again, the battling by Ferrara. He's trying to first get to a little bit more than a minute. He's 10 seconds away from at least getting to that mark to potentially have that crucial extra point.
And this is a hugely important whistle start here.
Jones again to his feet, but hasn't been able to break the hold. Ferrara's staying just heavy enough. Another mat return. It's something you've stressed all year, Pat, the ability to wrestle on the mat. And Ferrara, it's not been 100% dominant, but it's staying in control. That's the key.
That was the difference maker in the dual meet as well, was mat wrestling. Dan Jones had a problem getting off the bottom, and you're seeing it here. He was able to do it in the first period after that takedown, but just really stingy on top from Ferrara so far. There's got to be a sense of urgency here for Dan Jones because, you got to get a takedown after an escape and, try to cut this riding time down.
It's a stall warning against Ferrara. That is a huge dynamic now. Riding time now you see 121. And in theory, that could be enough with 50 seconds left. But if you get another 15 seconds, Ferrara has the point locked in. So that's his ultimate goal at the least. Jones, though, escapes. It's 4-2. He needs a pretty quick takedown here if he wants to win in regulation. They'll go at it here. Jones trying for a shot. Ferrara defends. Ferrara will try to defend and move on and punch his ticket to Philadelphia. A scramble here. Jones still trying to go. Ferrara keeps a hold of Jones's leg, trying to drive forward through the hips. But Jones looking for the 3. The Princeton fans are asking for it. Ferrara holding tight here. Short time, 10 seconds left to go. And finally, a stalemate called. Oh, so close.
Wow.
That
was a crazy transition. You got short time here. If you're Dan Jones, you got to have some urgency, but it's looking like it's going to be a win for Ferrara there. And great match.
Tyler Ferrara doing just enough. He earns the riding time point as well, but a 5-2 decision And Jones, while he'll have to rely on a strong finish in the wrestlebacks and try to get an at-large, he really gave a great showing against Ferrara, who is headed to Philadelphia.
Yeah, really good job here in the first, or I guess second period rather, to get this, collect that ankle and get that takedown there. And then you see Dan Jones almost able to hook that foot and get his hips up. I would have liked to try to see him lock up a cradle in this position, but just not able to.